Hello everybody, this is Nerdy Geeky, and I'm back after an Easter break. So I actually haven't played Minecraft. I played it last night, but before that I haven't played Minecraft in over 2 weeks. So I hope you've been enjoying the videos that have been coming out in my absence, and that you've been hopefully keeping up with them and that they've been alright. But in the background last night I did some work on our beach island village, but you see me build huts all the time, so I decided that I wasn't going to do anything on that today, and I certainly wasn't going to record just building the same huts over and over again. So I'll build some huts, and then I'll take you back there in another episode, maybe the next one, where we can start on actually decorating the village and making it look nice, and maybe even eventually, once it's done, add in some villagers. But today I figured that we would get started on some of the underground stuff, because I haven't done some of that in a long time actually, and I have got a creative world where I was making a huge one. This is going to be a little bit more scaled down due to materials, but I teased what we were going to do when we built that the other day with a little bit of redstone and saying that it was going to go underground. Now I have 2 access points underground now. That's not dug out though, so let's start on this access point underground, and I have a full inventory, so I'm going to have to leave that in there. So let's just put the lever on. And let's take that back out because we're going to need this. So I decided to get all the materials ready before going in. So we open this place up. Okie dokie. Now I thought about starting up here and moving our way down, but I think it's going to be easier if we start at the bottom, make this all nice, and then move our way up. And there's also less chance of me falling off and dying, because that's probably going to happen. Right. I have no idea how I'm going to get up and down. I'm thinking maybe a slime block elevator, but I've never built one, and I unfortunately just don't have time to do that today, as I've got a lot of work to do today. I've got a lot of work to do now, all the way up pretty much till summertime starts at the end of May. But let's get started. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to throw down a chest. Yeah, let's pop it there, and I'm just going to put some of this stuff in here because I don't like having a full inventory. I'll put that there. I brought some wool. I brought wood. There we go. I brought some wool and wood because we're going to make some beds and things like that for people. So I shouldn't need that or that. So let's put that in there, and let's put that in there. Okie dokie. I brought that just in case, but I've not used stone slabs on my other one. But I don't want this to look too boring either. So I think this is a good area for the courtyard. So what we're going to do first, we're going to make the faces of the buildings and the walls, and then we'll dig backwards from there and make the buildings whatever size that we want them to. That also means that I'm going to need those. There we go. Right, so let me just have a look around and see where let's start over here on this wall here. I might go all the way up to the top and make quite a big building. And then, of course, we're going to have stuff sticking out of the top here as well. And have the buildings connected, make some walkways, make some pathways around the edge here. And then around the edge again, I think. And then we're going to have a building at the top. So you'll come in, you'll go into the building, and then you'll come down from there. And hopefully that will be a slime block elevator. That might have to be against this wall, though. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. I'm purposefully leaving that till the end simply because I don't have much time at the moment. I've got a lot of revision to do and some other work to finish. So I did most of my work over the Easter holiday, so I'm really happy with that. So let's get started on this. I'm thinking we want this sticking out a little bit. We may even use it to walk along the top of. I kind of want a fountain in the middle. I do like fountains, and they would need to get water from somewhere. So let's start by doing. Let's get rid of that for a second. Let's stick it on the wall. Let's start by going to about here. Let's make it a little bit uneven though. I don't want this to be even. You see, I want this to be a little different to that. Of course, we're going to need an opening. Something like that. Oh no, I'll tell you what. I've been doing quite little openings, like quite cramped up places. You know, like if you've ever been on a tour to a tour to like one of these sort of old prisons or castles or things like that. Oh no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Is it wrong? Yeah, it's gonna make a square, isn't it? What I do is this for the windows. Right. Let's put this there and there. Let's put this here. Let's just put that upside down and that upside down. And you get these very sort of slit windows, like this. And then... oh, I don't actually have any stone half slabs. So let's pop this down as well. And make some stone half slabs. Where's that 51? Because that'll work really well. Oh, 35 now, is it? Okay. That's fine. Like that. I think that works fine. And then, I mean, we can change this up as we go along anyway. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. So, we need, yep, we need that. We need, oh, put it back, haven't I? So we need that and that. The reason why I haven't built one of these yet in this survival mode is because it takes so much materials to make these. So I've been kind of trying to farm some materials here and there between doing other videos. Let me just like that. So it doesn't look like much at the moment. This is going to have to just be a wall. I am going to replace some of these blocks eventually. We're just trying to get a feel for like what we want to build and what we want it to look like. Boom. Now down here, these might be a bit more flat, but up there we're going to have windows that stick out a little bit more because, and it's mostly just because down here, you know, you've not got a huge amount of space for this sort of stuff. So this has got. We're not going to make a carbon copy of these though. They're going to all look different, as if the villagers kind of came down and built them themselves. If you get what I mean. Bit higher maybe. I'm thinking. Let's get up. I'm going to need some of those steps again in a minute because we're going to step it out, aren't we? What if I did that? I think I'm going to leave that like that actually as well. Yes, I do need to be one higher. So let's put one higher here because I think this might be where I'm starting the next building anyway. And I could just leave that there then. If I did that... yeah, okay. This is all trial and error, by the way. I've got no real plan. This is literally what I do when I'm playing on my own, and I'm just trying things out at the moment. I do want it to get to the top here, and then we're going to do more buildings sticking out, so along the top of it. So I do need to get to like this point. So let's just fill this in. See what I mean by how much stone this takes? It's horrendous. But if I don't see that stone, I may just replace it. Oops. See, I've already run out of a stack of stone bricks. I will need to do some farming eventually as well. What I'm really cautious about is things spawning up here. So let's put those on my... so if I start putting things like... ah, there we go. These in here. I mean, we'll take these down eventually, but I will be using torches down here because it's supposed to look old. This place is. See what I want. Let's get down here for a little bit. Let's take just a look back. See, what I want is more shape to this. So what I want really is these up here. Whoops. Right. See if we can get this right. Ah, there we go. So if we have those up there like that. See, that's the kind of dimensions that I want the building to be at. I tell you what then. Building up again. We have got more stone blocks in that thing, so let's take these out. I'm not going to be using... Ooh, that hurt. I'm not going to be using any doors. They're all just going to be open like that. Because the whole idea, and there's not going to be no windows either, no window panes either. The whole idea of this is that the people came down here to try and stop dying, basically, from mobs spawning. Just like the people in the sky went up to the sky, except they've been a little bit more successful. The people down here, I'm thinking I might leave them as died out and not put villagers down here, but I think it'd be quite interesting to have villagers here as well. So I'm a little bit torn on that. I mean, if you got any suggestions or you got any ideas of if it'd be worth sticking a couple of villagers down here and seeing how it goes, then yeah, put it in the comment section below, and we'll see how far we sort of get with that. I'm going to take that out as well. And that's basically what we're doing here. We're just building, evolving, and this is, I mean, if you guys probably play Minecraft anyway, that's why you're watching this, but, you know, this is how it works with Minecraft. You've just got to keep putting stuff in, taking stuff out if you don't like it, putting more stuff in, you know, rinse and repeat. Boom. There we go. So let's get down here. I think this, by the looks of the time, this might take a couple of episodes. I mean, I know we built it on camera, and I know it doesn't look like spectacular, but this is what we're going for, this sort of thing. So if we take out that one, that one, that one, and then just put in some of that. Let's have a look here. It's a shame you can't get cracked steps and things like that. I'm sure that will come in eventually. Let's take these out. Put in some cracked stone. Cracked, probably not cracked, maybe cracked, not cracked. So, cracked, cracked, boom, and boom. And just a little bit again where the water's got in. See, now there's it's a little less boring now. We're starting to get a little bit more detail in it. So let's put that there and that there. And I think the last thing we need to do is there, that one, and that one. Is that? No, that's not right. Dang. Oh, that's the wrong one as well. That's what happens when you play Minecraft when you're just woken up. And I think we're going to do one there. So I think we're going to have bam, 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 and a correct one there. Let's go pick up our stuff. Come on, there we go. Cannot waste. So see, it looks a little bit more interesting now. Like, we've got a little bit more detail to it. Again, like I said, they're not all going to look exactly like this, and there's going to be another one right next to it, so I may actually have to take this out. And they're all going to be different heights and different sizes and things like that. And this isn't going to be the whole room. Like, we could dig back a little bit. So, but what I'm going to mostly do now is the front aesthetic first, and then we'll start digging out like actual detail inside the houses. Just basically things like stone seats and beds, and I've made beds here as well. We got loads of stone. I've got loads of stone back at my place anyway. So I think now what I'm gonna do is I may do a quick cut. I may do one of my beloved time lapses, but it will be a little bit snippy because I kind of want to get this whole edge done, and I might make like a corner house here, actually, one that just hits the corner and extends around or something. So I think if I do a quick cut and then get this done, I mean, this is probably going to take, I mean, that one there just took us 10 minutes or so, so the rest of it might only take me about half an hour, but obviously I can't condense half an hour down, because I want to do I'm trying to do 4 times time lapses, because I think 8 times is just, it's just too fast. So if I do a 4 times time lapse, 4 times speed times time lapse, you know, half an hour will be condensed down to 7.5 minutes. So yeah, I mean, let's get on with it. I'll see you guys very very soon. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, and we'll be back. Okay. Hello everyone, and we're back. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, and let's take a look at what we have built. There we go, and this is the kind of idea I had in mind. It's sort of evolved naturally. Like I said, I didn't want to plan it out too much because I wanted these to look a little bit, like they've been built by different people all at the same time, so they had no idea, what dimensions they were using or whatever. So if I just have a quick walk around, it doesn't look like much, but there's lots of houses here actually, and you've got I put some got some steps there. I put some steps up around the top edge here, and I think it just makes it look that a little bit nicer. Let's take that one we just picked up and let's just put that there like that. What I will probably end up doing actually is just doing that for ease. There we go. Having that like that. I'll brick all this up eventually, and all the walls and the floor will all be bricked up as well. So let's have a look around in here. See, this is very similar. I didn't have room to do the stairs along the top edge, but I thought, well, you know, we'll have it just a little bit different. No, if you're gonna do it in one, may as well do it the whole way through. So I'll leave that for now. Let's have a look in here. So if we go back in here, and it's very similar here, all this will be dug out. So we'll dig back and make the rooms a lot larger, and then we can start decorating them then. Let's have a look here. You see, and I've tried to put like the moss and the cracked stone just randomly around, and not be too uniform about it, because that's the one thing that just doesn't look natural is uniformity. And again, I've done it here, and we'll move all this back eventually. I'll dig all this out. Probably I'll dig it out off camera. I'll dig out all the floor as well, and we'll put down like stone bricks, but we'll use things like the chiseled as well, and the cracked and the mossy, and we'll make it look really nice. We'll do some sort of courtyard look, and probably a fountain in the middle. To be honest with you, I like fountains. So, but yeah, I hope you like that. Let's have a look up here. Definitely need that slime block elevator, don't we? Because we've already established that the people back then knew about redstone as such. I've already slept once already, but nothing seems to have come in just yet. Touch wood, eh? So yeah, I think it looks nice from the top. It doesn't look uniform, and there's a couple of different levels. Oh, that hurt. Oh, thank God I got a feather falling 4 on these boots. I mean, that didn't hurt as much as it could have done, but yep, that hurt. That hurt a lot. So yeah, we're going to do something about that up there. Maybe put a railing in or something. Although it doesn't seem to be a lot of railings around here. One of these buildings, and I'm starting to think maybe this one because it's quite small. I'll put like a ladder in. I'll have access to like a second floor, and then the second floor will have access to a walkway, which will have access to the second tier of buildings, and then we'll have another building that will go up and up and up and so on and so forth. And then eventually, I think what we'll do, we'll have to cut out the wall around here, make a little like train station area, and make like a minecart railway to like some of the other little villages that are around. But I think we've done a lot here, and I didn't use as many materials as I expected. I used most of my stone bricks. So that's not too bad, because you know when I'm doing my strip mining, I pick up just so much cobblestone. I'll just cook it because I have so much coal from strip mining as well. I wasn't sure about this sticking out. I think just one of those will do. I think if we just did that for that one as an exception. Yeah. Some of these, see, I've tried to, I mean, I've not been too uniform about it, but it's all just trial and error. Would that look better? No, I think it was fine as it was, you know. There we go. Yeah, I think that's a lot nicer. It just looks more natural. It looks like they had these ideas and then things just mixed in together and things were built around each other. Yeah, so I like that. I think we're getting there, especially with the ground floor. Like I said, all this will need to be paved out. I'll make some sort of pattern and things like that. So guys, I think that's it for today. I think that we have done quite a lot of progress. We've done all these houses, and all we're going to do now is do things like the floor. I need to get more stone before that though, so I'm going to go on a little bit of a farming spree. I'll do some strip mining, and then I'll have a look at how many materials we've got, and I think we need to brick the whole place up, but make it interesting and not just like a plain wall or anything. We'll put some big designs in and things like that. So anyway, thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this new episode where we've gone quite a stark difference between the sort of island villages and an underground sort of dwarven-esque village. If you do have any comments to say, please put those in the comment section below. If you do enjoy this video, please leave a like, and if you want to watch more, then please do subscribe. I have a video out every Tuesday and Friday. Friday is Creative World, where we're building a big temple, and this week we'll be finishing off, hopefully, the library floor and the library ceiling. And and next Tuesday we will probably continue with this while I do a little bit of background work on the island villages. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and have a good week.